Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, coming at you live to talk about episode 7 of Shokugeki no Soma, Sen no Sara, or the Third Plate. And we see Azami putting into motion exactly what he's been planning all along, almost implanting a sort of pseudo-communist tag by creating this new group out of the Elite 10 Central. And this is going to be an overbearing, overruling group, very much central to Totsuki Academy, whereby everyone is going to be under sort of the same, rule implantation. Everyone is going to have designated meals that the Elite 10 choose for them. Nobody is going to actually be exploring their own talents anymore. It's all going to be made uniform in the kinds of foods that they are going to be producing and the kinds of recipes they're going to be learning to make and things like that. And he is just going all out, no holds barred, disbanding groups and the sort of investigative cooking groups and everything like that, the RSs and whatever research groups, they're all being disbanded one after the other. And it eventually pointedly, heads toward Polar Star Dormitory, of course, with our main cast. And I love Soma's sort of vigor, as a sort of pseudo right hand of Azami, we have Aizan making his move. He is the one who brings the documentation to Polar Star saying, you're out. You're all but out. You're going to be evicted and you're going to, conform to this new uniformity, this, again, communist sort of outlook and design for Totsuki Academy, or you're out. You're expelled. But you're out of this dormitory. There's no more need for it, so prepare to leave. And Soma, for his part, is not going to take this lying down. He instantly comes up with what if there's a Shokugeki? Can we overrule this newly imposed ruling? And sure enough, Aizan is like, well, yeah, per the rules, per the way this academy conducts itself, the Shokugeki is still something that stands. But he says this knowing what his next move is inevitably going to be, and that is to have a Shokugeki, because now he's being challenged by everyone. All of these different heads of these different research groups and clubs and things, they all want at him, thinking the Shokugeki will overrule. And so he goes head to head with one of the RS leaders or whatever, and instantly after their dishes are both finished being made, the judges instantly rule in favor of Aizan without even tasting either of the dishes. So completely corrupted, and it's despicable, and I hated it. I was so rueful in that moment, like, you son of a bitch. And then, of course, subsequent to that, with Rindo coming in, she's sort of tongue-in-cheek saying, well, you really only did that, the Shokugeki, to take down Yukihiro Soma, pointedly, didn't you? To undermine his courage, his vigor, his wanting to pursue this. And why would he do that? Like, is there maybe some fear in Aizan's part to have to go up against Soma? I don't know. But he pointedly wanted at Soma. He wanted to make an example out of anybody. Anybody would have done how futile it would be for Soma to try to challenge him for a Shokugeki, to save Polar Star. And it was a pretty effective, way of doing that, because then everyone rescinds their challenges toward him. But then seeing everyone in Polar Star breaking down and realizing that they won't be together anymore, and the things that they celebrated about each other, about spending that time together, will not continue on. And he had a renewed sense. He gave it some thought. I mean, he spent a whole night thinking about it, staring out a window, and Soma came to the conclusion, I'm going to Shokugeki anyway. And he deliberately didn't tell anyone else about it because he wants to take this on himself for his own satisfaction, for his own wants, desires, and needs. To be a part of Polar Star, he is going to undertake this challenge. And so it remains to be seen whether or not he's going to be successful. The fact that Rindo made herself apparent and insinuated herself into this ordeal makes me think that Soma will probably win. Even if he doesn't, it'll be something Rindo does because of her interest in Soma. Her being captivated and captivated by and curious in him. I feel like it will be some level of her influence that sees to Soma's success. I could be way off. I could be completely and utterly wrong. But that was the impression I got. Like, oh, how convenient, she just was shoehorned in, just made her entrance back into the story. And the way she's nudging up close to Soma in the one scene, it seemed to telegraph to me that no matter how this goes, something she's going to say or do is going to make it so that Soma wins the day. Or at least they get to keep Polar Star Dormitory the way it is. Again, I could be wrong. I don't know. It just seems to be, maybe an offshoot of her sadistic nature that she might intervene in some way like that. But this was absolutely a compelling episode for all of those things. And it's like, yes, we finally have a proper Shokugeki showdown just about to happen. I mean, it's all but happening by the end of the episode. We just got to wait till the next to see where it's going to go from there. But in answer to the lack of one between Soma and Kuga, oh my God, this one is that much more tantamount. This one is that much more through the roof as far as excitement goes, because everything literally is hanging in the balance now. And I can't wait to see what happens. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of episode 7 of Shokugeki no Soma Sen no Sara, if you've seen it as well, if you enjoyed it as much as I did, if you were as fist shaking as I was at what Azami has implanted and how Aizan has conducted himself, pointedly attacking Soma and Polar Star Dormitory. Do you think Soma holds a chance in hell of winning out? Let me know that in the comments below. Otherwise, it'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.